Yeah, listen, Kanye, man. I ruined my TV set after watching you, homie. So I think the good news is, just pay the balance. You know what I mean? And I think that's the only fair deal, man. I just I ruined my TV after watching you, man. I was just yeah, I was just too disgusted and overwhelmingly embarrassed. Like I was like, yo, it was in front of my friends, and my friend was looking at me. They were like, what? Nigga, look. And I was like, oh my God, again? Yo, I think nigga just pay the balance, man. I think that's the only way. I mean, for everybody to feel good. I mean, I just ruined my TV. I couldn't switch my TV off because the remote was, failing to start. And I tried to press it several times, but my remote was not, doing anything. Checked the batteries, they're all fine. So I had to jump on top of my TV, smash it into pieces. You know what I mean? And I think now, I think you just need to pay the balance, man. I was just too disgusted. Tried to switch my TV off after watching you embarrassing us like that, and I was like, yo. Tried to force my remote to switch the TV off. Couldn't. So I had to jump and do it manually. You know what I mean? So I think that's the only way to, you just need to pay the balance and everybody feels good, like, you know what I mean? And that's the only way we need to do, like, you know what I mean? Because I don't play like that, you know what I mean? And I was just too embarrassed, I just couldn't take it, like, you know what I mean? Just in front of my my employers and stuff, and all the crew. They're like, yo, nigga, look what's on TV. And I'm like, yo, that brother West, like, you know what I mean? And I'm like, oh my God, again? I mean, yo, why can't you do this? Nigga, you need to dim your headlights. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, it's not my fault that some of these niggas suffer from lack of fathers and shit. But look, it ain't my fault that so many brothers in the hood don't have daddies and shit. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's because of your promiscuous mothers and shit. You know what I mean? I don't, if a sister's going to bang 4 or 5 niggas at the same time and then bring a baby and say, yo, one of you is, maybe could be him, and then brothers will be like, yo, I'm not taking responsibility for this kind of shit. But so many niggas were digging in and, yo, blaming the father to be me. Fuck this, I don't play like that. You know what I mean? So I noticed that's the case. So many brothers suffering from lack of fatherhood and shit like that. That's not my fault that some of you brothers don't have fathers and shit. You know what I mean? Obviously the blame always goes to your stupid, ridiculous, promiscuous mothers and shit. You know what I mean? And it ain't my fault. Yeah, it ain't my fault that coming in front of the on the highest office and try to embarrass niggas like that. You know what I mean? Why would you do something stupid like that? Why can't you do some fucking research and shit? I mean, research what you fucking want to say in front of the people, like, you know what I mean? You don't just go out there and bluff about, you know what I mean? You need to ask people, what the fuck can I go and say in front of the crew? You know what I mean? Have some respect of yourself, like, you know what I mean? It's not your fault that your mother didn't teach you anything. You know what I mean? Some of these stupid, ridiculous mothers come from disgusting, so-called, hood rats in the hood. And so many of us, come from these hood rats. And it ain't my fault that some of you brothers, like, you know what I mean, don't have dads, you know what I mean? Obviously, the guilty one is the mother at home. What do you expect to come? You think a nigga is going to come and claim the baby? You know what I'm saying? When he and his crew were digging into that, promiscuous female, you know what I mean? That's the reality. So many sisters in the hood, if someone is going to bang 12, 15 niggas in a fraction of a week and then come and say, well, you are the father. Maybe the father it's him, maybe the him. That's the condition of the hood, you know what I mean? And it's not, it ain't my fault and it's not a nigga's fault. You know what I mean? Niggas will go and dig in if anything which is flashing out and say, yo, homie, come and get in. Obviously, all the niggas will come and dig in. but no nigga's going to claim responsibility. You know what I mean? So it's not my fault. It's the fault of these promiscuous sisters in the herd. You know, they must learn to close their asses. You know what I'm saying? And you know, open their minds and close their asses. You know, if you shut down your minds and start opening your asses, obviously niggas will dig in. But then responsibilities, no one is going to claim a responsibility of a hood rat. You know what I mean? It's just, you know, anytime a female lay down with several niggas at the same time, obviously she know none of them are going to claim the baby. You know what I mean? So, you know, it ain't my fault that so many brothers are coming, like, you know, coming out with no, you know, daddyless, you know, daddyless boys and shit. You know what I mean? And the mother is the fucking guilty one. It's the mom. Obviously, she needs to close her ass and open her mind. You know what I mean? You don't open your legs wide open like this. And what do you expect? You know, what do you expect from the herd? You know what I mean? You don't. You know what I mean? It's your promiscuous mothers, promiscuous hood rats mothers in the herd that are the biggest problems. And they're more likely to give to give birth to niggas like this, you know, Kanye West type shit. You know what I mean? And most of it come from mothers. You can tell that a man who with no discipline and you know, no informed, you know, lacking informed decision. You know, you can see, you know, what comes from brothers in the hood. A lot of them have no discipline. They don't come from, you know, mentally informed. You know, every time you say shit, especially in front of the public, you need to, you know, exercise what are you going to say, especially if you're going to the highest office. You know, you just don't go and bluff about and say, well, it's because in the hood it's like, you know, you need to do your research. You know, yes, you're a fucking rapper and all this shit, but if you're going to speak on behalf of niggas and you know, the rest of us, then you need to get you know, some informed decisions before you put your, you know, you bluff about. You know what I mean? You don't disrespect us like that. You know what I mean? We don't play like that. You know? Shit. You know what I mean? It ain't my fault. Like, some of you are so dumb and stupid like that. You know what I mean? I mean, if you suffer from some mental, you know, delinquencies and shit, you go and fucking take your medication before you go and fucking shit around on the crew in front of the cameras and shit. You know what I mean? Take your medication, calm down. Or drink beer and fucking relax. You know what I mean? You don't just say these things you kind of say in front of the people. You know, it's embarrassing. You know? And some of you people are embarrassment less. You know, you can't be embarrassed no more because some of your brains have shut down. You know, good memories. You know, it's shut down. It's like zombies and shit. You know what I mean? So it's just the piece I want to drop, like, you know what I mean? So some of you niggas need to, you know, exercise what you fucking go and drop in the public before you bluff about. You know what I mean? Do some fucking exercises. What am I going to say? You need some informed decision. Every time you speak on behalf of niggas out there, you need to get some informed before you come and bluff around, like, you know what I mean? This nigga is ridiculous, like, you know what I mean? I can't believe the shit you hear from this nigga, man. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous, like. You know what I mean? I can't believe this shit. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's ridiculous, like, you know what I mean? I can't believe coming from this nigga, like, time and time again, like, you know what I mean? All the time, you know, when niggas are relaxing, all of a sudden we see this type of the nigga all the time coming on TV saying some ridiculous shit. You know what I mean? And I'm like, who brings this nigga like this in front of, you know, who really brings this nigga to come and bluff things like this in front of the crew? You know what I mean? And it's like, where did this nigga come from, man? You know, is there any friend? Do you have any friends or someone to kind of, you know, give you some sort of like informed decision? You know what I mean? It's like, do you have friends or something? You know, where you come from? You know what I mean? Are you surrounded with pussies and no niggas around? You know, because if you're surrounded with niggas, you need to understand, like, yo, nigga, I'm going to this office and shit. Anything I can say over there, some niggas will be like, yo, you need to drop this, you know what I mean? You can drop this shit or drop this shit or drop this and say this type of shit. You know what I mean? But we don't see something like that from you. It's like you're coming from a, you know, What's wrong with you, nigga, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you need some sort of like, you need someone to give you some informed decision, Kanye. You know, it's like, what's wrong with you, homie? You know what I mean? It's like, you know what I mean? You're like, you're taking so many young niggas looking up to you. You know what I mean? And this is the type of, this is the type of the shit you're going to give. You know, can you imagine what you're doing, man, to the hood, man? If you're in front of the public and shit, you know, and niggas are looking forward to you and looking up to you, you need to be some, you know, honestly, the real nigga was Tupac Shakur. You know what I mean? That's the real genius. I'm surprised niggas call you genius. That's a laughing, man. That's a joke. You know what I mean? I can't believe people calling a genius a guy like you. The genius is the nigga Tupac. That is the greatest genius ever lived. My nigga Tupac Shakur. Not a man like you. You know what I mean? And, you know, being called a genius and shit like that, that's an embarrassment. Honestly. That's an embarrassment. You don't deserve the G word, genius. It's like, yo, a ridiculous man like you, I mean, to be called genius, that's like a joke. Slap on the face type shit. You know what I mean? The real genius remains Tupac Shakur. There is no any other nigga out there who has ever exceeded the nigga Tupac Shakur. Most of you niggas, you are like 3% genius. And my nigga Tupac was over 163% genius. That's a real nigga. You know what I mean? You, Kanye West, you're just like 3%. So who's dropping this genius weight on you? Fuck that, man. You know what I mean? I can't believe this shit. You know what I mean? It's obviously some of these niggas over there, they must be from the same hood type mothers like you. You know what I mean? Because a real nigga like me would know what a genius is. A genius, that's Tupac Shakur or Michael Jackson. Those are the real type geniuses or music geniuses. You know what I'm saying? But people playing the genius word on a ridiculous, crazy punk ass nigga like you, that's ridiculous. You know what I mean? You know, this is ridiculous. I can't believe you, man. I mean, what did your crazy, ridiculous, promiscuous mom you had taught you? Didn't she say anything when you were 5 years old? You know, some of you niggas, you need to understand, you know, you're not, it's like your IQ level is similar to the 5 or 3-year-old. And you're a fucking music genius? This is fucking ridiculous. I can't ridiculous. Yo, homie, you need to dim your headlights, honestly. Drink a couple of water and take your medication and dim your headlights. Honestly. You really do. You know, you really do. Being surrounded with several pussies around, and these pussies are, you know, they're overgiving you in the bedroom, obviously. And they're not saying shit. And, you know, I agree. Some of these races of other women, we know that, you know, in terms of this, you know, they're obviously, they're good at giving things, of course. And niggas go crazy when they see this type of shit. But, yo, you need to dim your headlights. Straight out. You know what I mean? That's, yeah. That's what I can say for now. I'm too embarrassed, and I fucking ruined my TV simply because if I couldn't find my remote control, it was not, you know, doing well. So I had to manually fucking grab my TV, smash it, because I just couldn't handle it, you know. I couldn't take it no more. I was like, yo, that is it. Fuck this shit. Smash it on the ground, and I was like, yeah, I'm done. Fuck that. Shit, I'm done. But if I think of my nigga Tupac, I'm restored. You know what I'm saying? If I think of my nigga Tupac Shakur, you know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, strictly for me and my niggas. And I was like, yeah, homie, I feel you. You know what I mean? But not you. You're a genius talking about you, Kanye West? Really? The real genius is my nigga Tupac Shakur. You can hear from his music. It's strictly for me and my niggas. And if you listen to my nigga, yeah, when you really listen to Tupac Shakur, you realize that's a real nigga. You know what I'm saying? His music, it's me against the world. You know what I'm saying? You niggas can't feel me. You know what I'm saying? And Tupac Shakur, that's a real music genius. You know what I'm saying? He said a lot of music, a lot of, you know, a lot of stuff in his music in his time. And music from Tupac Shakur, that's the greatest nigga ever lived in the history of niggas. In fact, Tupac Shakur is the greatest nigga ever lived in the past 63 million years. From Zinjanthropus back in the continent in Africa to Arthropus sapiens like you. And Tupac Shakur is the greatest nigga ever lived in the history of niggas on this planet. In the history, since niggas were created 65 million years ago. You know what I mean? To the present day, the greatest nigga ever lived, my nigga Tupac Shakur. Nobody has ever exceeded that nigga. Nobody. And if anybody talk about you being a music genius, you need to tell them no. You're far away from being a genius. You know what I mean? So that's what I want to drop on you. You know what I mean? So the real nigga is Tupac Shakur. Okay. You can hear by the music, this type of music, you know, strictly for me and my nigga. You know, any nigga from New York that want to bring it. When we bring it, we bring you drama. You know, you can listen to Tupac Shakur's music. You know, any nigga from New York that want to bring it. When you singing, we bring you drama. Fuck you and your motherfucker, man. We gonna all you mother suckers. Exactly. That's a music genius, Tupac Shakur. Just listening to him, and you can tell and feel. Anytime you put Tupac Shakur's music, you can feel the presence of what was happening. You don't need to be told how was Tupac was. Just put Tupac's music CD, and you can feel like, yeah. You can feel the presence. You can feel what that man was going through his music. You can feel the events which was taking place. That's a genius. You know what I mean? A genius, you don't have to tell a genius. I cannot listen to Kanye West. But you put Tupac Shakur, you don't have to be told by anybody. You put Tupac Shakur and you listen. It's like he's telling you his presence. You know, everything what he was going through, you can feel it just by listening to Tupac Shakur. Just 2 or 3 seconds of listening to it. That's a genius. Not fucking Kanye West. That's a fucking joke. You know what I mean? Yeah. Nigga, you need to dim your headlights. Honestly. You know, take your medication, drink some water, and go to sleep. And you dim your headlights. Next time, before you fucking bluff around, go to niggas out there and say, what can I fucking say? Because I have no idea what to say. You know, people who are hyping you like, yo, you're a genius and shit, they're the ones ruining you indirectly. So you need to dim your headlights, take your medication. Okay? And drink a lot of water. Fucking go to bed and sleep. And dim your headlights. And every time you need to talk in front of the public before you say some shit like that, take your medication first and go and ask some niggas out there so that you make some fucking informed decision. Fucking tired of this shit.